July Planning and Environmental meeting. Do we have any apologies for absence?
Would you Chair, Councillor Shaw is unable to attend this evening.
And I know we have a colleague here. You've joined the committee, or
no? I'm just here as an observer, as Mayor, so I won't be voting in the committee.
okay, no, okay, just to the record. Okay, thank you. Okay then. Item 2, to note declarations of members' interests as they relate to the agenda. Okay. Item 3, confirm and sign the minutes of the planning committee. Those who are present, can you confirm this is a record?
Chair,
Okay for me to sign.
may I just say, Eagle Eye Steve pointed out that the date of the next meeting, the end of the minutes, I said, so I've updated that for your printed copy. Just wanted to check. Anything else is the same. I'd put 22nd of June and it should have been 20th.
Right, okay. Thank you, Steve. Picking that up.
I was just testing.
Well, this one says the 14th.
Yeah. Oh no, that is our next date.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Thank
Thank
you very much.
Item 4, public participation. It's not 50 minutes. We have no members, and we have no emails or nice, okay. Good.
No searches or questions.
Excellent.
Of this night.
So we have item 5, which is to consider making a response to the following planning application: 26, 23, 29, Lyceum Theatre, and its replacement of existing fire escape staircase, etc. Improved egress from the existing buildings and replacement of timber fire exit doors. So I think we should just have a perusal of this.
This is their proposed first floor.
So basically we're changing all the doors and the size of the doors by the look of that previous slide, which I thought was an interesting observation. Not
sorry.
when you look, so you go back. Now, if you look there to the right where it says what particular on the slates, one of it says existing door threshold to be altered / lowered and new enlarged door installed. So would suggest the present one has a step. So you can
Sorry. So sorry.
However, which cut me off last. So you can. It's just an observation. It's not any obvious thing that they looked at it and they're thinking, well, really, you need to go out straight around and down a step. And I think that's obviously that's to change that, but I think regulations change and for the better, don't they? In some cases, I do think that's it, and they make it larger anyway. But unless anybody's got any adverse comments, I just think it's very positive.
Essential, really, isn't it?
That's been
It's been
improved.
picked up by the fire brigade.
Yeah, that's been improved. So I recall the days of many years when that used to be where the smokers were.
Oh, that's not what
That's a long, long time ago. That show.
So is it we okay then, do?
Yes.
No comment on that one, thank you. The next one is 262361. Tesco Express at the Crewe Arms there, and it's proposed 3 new standard AC unit enclosed on 3 sides with protective railing, and a proposed new package refrigeration unit to be installed at ground level.
These are the proposed elevations. That's still okay. Okay. So, yeah.
No, in relation to building, there is a back where I see some looking. Yeah, but the back can't be out of the way. Again. So what's the plan? What is it? What's existing? What? Anything? Not any notable.
Existing elevations coming up.
Not really happening. Fenced in anyway. Fenced in and keeping the fence.
Let me take you to the post and then let you go. So that's, yeah. So that's the north elevation proposed. And then that's the existing.
Right.
Does anybody want like any comment on that? Anything jump out at you?
They're not under anybody's feet, are they?
No, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I think I can't see that being an issue.
So it's caged in, I think.
Yes.
It's caged, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's changed, isn't it? As long as they're not, you know, child can slip through them.
Okay then, well.
Yeah.
Okay then, item 6. We come at a very meeting here, Stuart, because we normally have about 13, 14, you know, up to 20 sometimes. Today we've got 2. And we've got any late flashes. And we've got no late flashes.
I guess
Wow.
it's a matter of perspective of whether it's the best one or the worst one.
Wow.
Oh dear. Can't help to laugh last year, this week. Right, okay, item 7, to no responses submitted under delegation since the previous meeting.
Yeah, they were all attached.
That is that
And we
what
reviewed the photos.
So, they do the bridge in Morrison, West, etc. Chiplin Way, Wilman Road. They're all agreed by the committee online, but okay then. item 8 then. To note and consider correspondence, consultation, planning policy and members items. The first one is to consider a DMMO, which is a definitive map moderation order, application request from Councillor Faddis and agree any next steps. So if you could take us through that.
Yes.
Katie.
I was copied into emails, which we've circulated with the agenda, just for background info, with a request to modify, or for the council to modify its ask. We have a request also, or an email from the developer of the same site, coincidentally, it's regarding their plans. So, because I've had a look at the definitive map modification order, which I can't even say, and it's quite a lengthy process, well, a very lengthy process. You have to have evidence of use, you've got to have statements from people, it's quite a process. So it was querying whether you want to invite the developer in the first instance to a meeting, as we do pre-application, and first of all establish what their plans are for that footpath before we delve, just as a suggestion that what we might want to do. I don't personally know the area,
No,
so
I
I can't
don't.
really guide you
I-
in any
yeah,
way
neither do I.
on the location. But because we don't know actually what the development is initially thinking, their email said they're looking at outline application.
So who is the developer? Do you know?
No, the email we've had is from my semi product.
Who?
I don't know.
Well, there was an email that was sent out.
Yeah, you've got, it's ICENR projects.
I see.
Oh,
I see. That was the name of the
Yes.
Their
On
planning.
behalf of,
900.
yeah, this is the, yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, did you not? Is it not the case? Or is it somewhere later in the agenda? I don't know if it's an agenda item already on this about possibility that they has that company been in touch
Yes.
with the council
Yes. I
about?
think it was circulated to members, but just because it's kind of specific, whether this committee want to invite them to a presentation just to understand their proposal.
just read out that email there, just.
Yeah, of course. The council, my colleagues have been in touch with Crewe Town Council about the proposals brought forward by Mac Mick for a residential-led development between Warmingham Road and Crewe Road. The scheme is called Waldron's Place. We recently held a public consultation event across 2 days in Crewe at the Market Hall and the Haven in North Street. There is already a scoping application lodged with the council, and the applicant has also undertaken pre-application engagement with Cheshire East, which is ongoing. Outline planning application is likely to be submitted in October when the pre-application and public engagement is concluded. We have been advised that Crewe Town Council sometimes like to have applicants present their scheme to the council ahead of application submission in case they have a particular question or comment, and therefore emailing to inquire as to whether the council would be interested in learning more about this scheme.
Yeah, and that's about the full planning.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but if that's expected to come in during October, it's quite timely if they could come, give some sort of presentation to September meeting ahead of that, and maybe this item is a sort of could ask about what would be a result of that, and act accordingly. The planning meeting, if it's an outline application, it's going to be received in October. It could be it could be December. It could be quite some time before it comes here, anyway.
Yeah.
But it'd be useful to know, and they could also dispose of this
Yeah.
item at the same
Yeah.
time, couldn't they?
Yeah.
So how many public rights of way we talk? I'm confused with the whole thing really. How many public rights of way?
It's just one.
Just
but
the
then
one.
it's
I think
your
this is-
It
name.
sounds like it's one.
I think this is
Yeah.
called either footpath 8 or footpath
Yeah.
registered with
Oh, I see,
Cheshire
yeah.
Council.
Oh
But
yes.
some people use a bit of a
That's it.
diversion.
Yes.
If I could just, and when you mentioned about the Market Hall consultation, I did come across that with Council Y, and we had a look at the plans there. There was conversations about altering bus routes to accommodate, as well as other facilities within the estate to offer up a convenience store and other facilities. I would recommend, if you want to take up the offer of a consultation, because it was quite in depth, and it was more than just simply an estate. It was a lot more plans again.
It'd be nice to see if it's going to be of any benefits for anybody. From the estimate.
It'd be nice to just know about it, I think.
And also, I think there's quite a lot being built around that area anyway. I mean, that's going to be a lot of houses. If you're talking about nearly 1,000 houses, and I think we just, with all that we've seen through planning anyway, that's coming. I don't know. I don't know whether that's one step too many.
Then we need to separate it. What we've got at the minute is a request from a Cheshire East Council for that ward, and clearly uses that and saying to us, can we look at getting it altered? Now, I think what Steve said, there's no point in us making any representation there until we know what the planner, what the developer it wants to put on that land.
Of
So
course.
it's not for us
Yeah.
for this to
No.
make comment whether we should have houses or not.
Oh no.
They'll clearly come here, give us, we keep tight lip while they're in. We say things like, well, there's a footpath going across there. At the moment, it's human nature being what it is. They're going on the shorter route, cutting it out. And can you alter that? But until we know where they're, because we could say, well, let's have a change, and then they come up with a plan, but actually might want to go over those footpaths, and they have to change it.
Yeah.
So
We need more details. Yeah, definitely.
I think from
We need more detail.
our planning perspective,
Yeah.
we always like to have the planners in, don't we?
Yeah, 100%.
Just so that they can, and we can just look at them and smile and say, we're not giving anything away.
Yeah.
But, and then, well, that's what we do. We don't, we do that when they've gone. We listen and any suggestions, how many houses, and all the rest of it. That'll put a different argument, I won't. But this is about,
The
I don't
path.
think
Yeah,
we
it's
should
about
go
the path.
ahead with this, because when you look at the money, it's several £1,000s because you're talking of doing it legally. You look on the Cheshire East website, there's a costing, and they're quite costly because you've got to get, the lawyers in and all sorts in, and like Katie said, you've got to get witnesses, and you've got to do that, who's walking and proving it. So,
like you said,
it's
though,
very
it's no
lengthy.
good doing it prior. That's just a waste of money. Well, it is, because if they've decided something else, then that's going to go
I
over.
think that's probably a
Well,
question we
isn't it?
could ask them.
Yeah, well,
Listen,
yeah.
there is a footpath or two crossing that land. What do you propose?
Yeah, what do you propose to do with it?
Well,
Yeah.
noted that
Yeah.
there's some issues logged with Cheshire.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think that might
I think that's better. Yeah. It's approach. Yeah.
I think that would make sense, and that's in September, and then they can take it on board because there's going to be that's a 900 house outline application. They'll go to the strategic planning board, and there'll be loads and loads of discussion about things, and this could just be one amongst about 150 or something, but it would get. So I mean, it could be quite some time before that comes to us, but in the meantime, if they take it on board, it ought to be within the outline application. So
I agree.
So I mean, shall I propose that we invite them to give us a presentation?
Our next meeting in September, isn't it?
And then we'll defer this.
It's up to them.
Yeah, I agree.
And we can raise that with them and see what their response is.
Yeah.
So if we leave that
Yeah,
as such.
Yeah,
So for the next,
until we've got.
yeah.
leave that
Perfect.
on the agenda,
Mm.
continuing on.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
So is that all right?
Yeah,
Is that
yes,
with-
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the way-
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Right, we're into Carl's Yard now. Pre-planning consultation request, proposed upgrade to existing base station installation, Carl's Yard, which is the junction of Victoria Avenue and Stewart, it's actually Stewart Street.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems to be on Carl's Yard's property rather than blocking the middle of a pavement, which most of these we've looked at tend to be. They grow on the pavement, they get permission that it's small and they want to. So this one is actually on some pictures. We put that up and then we can have a look. I think those of us of any age, that will be the gasworks, wouldn't it? Steve? That will be on the gasworks. So he's planning to put it in the Victoria Avenue, there's some papers. We're not talking looking at it going the third way across like we've had the Ellison Road place.
So the gasworks were the other side of Stewart Street.
They must be working with the, would have been on private land, they must be working with the owner. It's good that it's courtesy that we sent that, it was more comment.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything that we need to look at? That's one assumes. Do you think that's there now?
I think
They
that's
want to
there
ex-
now, looks like.
They
Yeah,
want to,
yeah, make a bigger one. Yeah.
they want to extend it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
Do you think that's, I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
Is that-
I
think
think that's
that's
sorry,
there now?
yeah, I do, yeah.
And then what they want to do
Yeah,
is we
make it
could have a
bigger.
look at whether how big,
Yeah.
it's just with it. Thank you. We'll put this on with it. Chairman, delegate. Thank you.
That bridge is where the railway line is going.
Let's just confirm if that's. It's not AR, you can accept.
No, it's not.
No, there's, if I may, there's on the here they've got schematics for the existing one and the proposed one. And according to the schematics, it's actually not even a height difference, it's a change of equipment on top of it.
Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah.
Gonna be thicker.
That's what they do, see.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's on the private land, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there it is on Google Maps.
Got it.
Yeah, the Google thing. It is already there anyway.
So that's as is.
Yeah, and then obviously that's on Google Maps. So
It's not the same site as the gasworks that was taken down the
here it is.
Well, it's
No, so it's
Silent
so you can see it off Victoria Street now.
Victoria. Where you?
Yeah, there it is.
There were gasworks on the other side, which is why I was
Yeah.
confused.
This is the left as you head towards Bristol Road.
Oh, it's in Road, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
As you go up, the
Yeah.
gasworks was on the right hand side.
Yeah, there it
And
is.
the big gasometer was on the left hand side.
Oh, right.
Like, remember that great big thing was on the left hand
Oh,
side,
that's
as soon as
yeah.
you go up.
Yeah.
Right, well, what it's saying,
Yeah.
the proposed works does not alter the mast itself, but will replace 6 antennas, adding 1 dish and remove and replace equipment cabinets.
Right.
So I guess the cabinets will grow. But what it's saying that the actual mast doesn't.
Yeah, 'cause it's on the right hand side as you go down Stewart Street. Detached style.
If you want to see the differences, it's literally that's existing and that's the changes.
Right,
Yeah, you see the bigger ones. It's already there. Yeah.
so,
It's clear. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, that's what I see.
So it's interesting to know the base.
Yeah, the base is not much different, isn't it?
No, there's some sort of junction box.
That's it, yeah.
well,
I suppose it's just up to date with the equipment, isn't it?
It's also
yeah, that's what it's saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can pick up the signal better.
Well, it's saying 5G, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, 5G, yeah. Yeah.
When if you were in Aslan, you'd say, great, we get 5G, you know. So does anybody want to suggest any comments we should make, or are you quite happy to?
Well, it's a tremendous application. It says this significant investment in a 5G standalone network will propel the UK's mobile infrastructure to the forefront of European connectivity. So, in light of that, I'm actually delighted to go for this long overdue improvement.
Are there any objections to it? Or
You won't see
something
that
about
off the road, only the mass.
It's
will.
not,
something about the nursery
just-
down
it's
the
the
See it on-
pre-planning, so there's no actual
Oh,
comments
yeah,
yet.
no. Something about they're going to have to consult the nursery
No.
down the road.
Mm.
You just see it on Victoria, don't you? And it's on
There's a
the
few
house.
houses nearby.
Mm.
There's not much.
No.
Are you happy to leave it?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leave it, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Right.
Yes, fine, thank you. It's fine. That's it,
Right.
problems with
It says we look forward to receiving a response within 14 days from the date of the attached letter. The attached letter was dated 7th of July, so.
I'll be on the way upstairs to send me the unit.
Right. We just get on to the next one then. So item 9, the note Cheshire East Council's correspondence regarding planning enforcement flag issue. And we have one, which is Cheshire East inspired. Cheshire East Council emergency TPO at 169 Oldham Street. So tree protection order. You could put that map of where that is.
Just as a little background, I did check with the office, our office, and this was originally raised by the rangers. You notice the trees have been cut down and were unfortunately fallen into Valley Brook Park, which was a risk of flooding. So that's when it
Oh,
started.
is that where the I've seen
Yeah.
all the trees are being
Yeah.
cut down.
So
isn't it?
that became the issue that
Yes.
they addressed.
This is
And they've been
Yes,
cut down
yes.
for a reason then.
it's a significant.
No, I don't believe so.
You don't
I
think so?
don't know.
It's that single
Oh,
out.
somebody, I was talking to somebody about that who's complained to me about the tree. I thought it was on private property and there's no tree preservation order on them, so that's what this is about.
I think it was being cleared and enforcement dealing with that.
Ah, right.
David, do you want to say something?
I mean, just yeah, I mean that house was a sort of an elderly resident or something of the sort, and then there was a significant piece of land adjacent, a
Yes.
very big piece of land. I think it even had caravans and stuff.
And
on
all
it.
sorts of stuff
all
out the
sorts
back.
of stuff out the back. So it's obviously away from some kind of development.
Yeah.
I suspect.
I think we've looked in the past at that. There's certainly nothing on next to it.
Yeah.
In between 1/7 something was like that.
Yeah.
If you remember, we've had several planning applications for that site. Originally from three or four terrace houses.
Yeah.
I think the last one was a 2 sets of semis, I think.
Yes.
And that. And there was a lot of issue from the neighbours across the way. We've got a lad band with it, and it's got and all of that. But I think it got passed, and now whether it started, I don't know. But that used to be like an orchard, didn't it?
Yes.
That was what their produce.
Right.
I think that was a lot of it. So this little house here, 169, this tree, I guess, is where? Is the tree at the back? Is it? Because what Cheshire used to say, we're putting this on for 6 months whilst we review the state of the trees in general. Because clearly, if one's fallen
Yeah.
and they're thinking we'll get a bit more, we might be able to get
Well,
some.
I know there's been a lot of chopping trees down.
Yeah, so they'll probably put protection whilst they might be forced to knock it down if it's not safe.
Well, if there's a good
That's what it
reason for
means.
Right.
So at the moment they put one on for 6 months and they're asking to continue that. But there must be, I thought it might be a reason that they wanted to knock it down because of whoever's next building, you know. But you can't sue these things.
Yes, it is right next to it. So anyway, right next to Valley Park, and quite near that play area. So,
With the secretary, it's there. Unless it's diseased, there's a keeper's tree, shouldn't there? So again, no comment on that.
No.
Right.
oh, it's just for noting in.
So we saved a tree tonight. Right, item 10 then, to receive an update on the progress of the Crewe Conservation Area Appraisal. It's as bad as that, wasn't it? The definitive map modification.
Just a brief really update on this. The heritage manager's on holiday this week and I was away last week, so we've not been able to catch up. But in the meantime, we've had a quote through from Purcell because we're looking at an additional 84 homes on the local list, addresses on the local list. So the Cheshire East people that we were waiting for to come back last time, if you remember, which was awaiting the info to go into the appraisal, they haven't come back to us yet. So in the meantime, the heritage manager has sent through this additional local list information to Purcell, who are preparing the document. Inevitably, it's be delayed because they've not had it from Cheshire East. But in the meantime, they've sent through a quote of, I think 8,000, 100 for the inclusion of the additional 84 addresses or landmarks on the local list. So what I'm waiting to find out is whether that cost is included in your original earmark reserve that was approved, or whether that's a new cost that would need to be referred to council for approval. So it's still ongoing. They haven't heard back from Cheshire East, and I don't think it will be with us by the end of July, which I think we'd said we'd hope to have it for this meeting, the first draft.
That's what it said.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it's
is.
anticipated draft will still be available for Town Council review in July, and here it is. It's stuff in July. So now we're not going to be able to review it at the best till September. You just wonder how long it's all going to drag on.
Yeah.
These 84 addresses, all right?
Yeah. Yeah. There is a spreadsheet that accompanies the email, and unfortunately I haven't put. You can send it on.
My understanding is that the last time we discussed this at the planning, I had to take it, or we had to take it to the full council to get, and I've checked this within the minutes of the April planning meeting, to get permission for the £4,675 to be spent to secure the changes within the conservation area. Now this is a local list, so this will be across the piece. It won't just be the conservation area, it'll be across Crewe, from wherever boundaries in. So and what they seem to identify is further buildings of some note.
Right.
And they want to take pictures of it and then put, you know, who lived there when it was built, all the rest of it. Now, I said to Kate Fluttering, if that 8,000 is still within our earmark reserves, we haven't got to go above it. I think what we should do, and I'd ask the committee's decision here, is that we should wait for Vicky to come back to confirm that, and then if it's within that, then give it a go ahead for them to have an updated list.
Yeah.
We know ourselves from way back. We've got a list, what they call local lists. This was actually updating it, and some properties that have obviously not been on it. So that would give them some form of protection. We don't give it 100% protection because
It's impossible. I mean, this is about the Crewe conservation area appraisal. I'd be surprised if there's 84 dwellings within that area or items of note even. It's been cut back and cut back. This seems
No, I think it's. I'm sorry. I think this is to broaden it out. So, for instance, some of the houses that were in Lee Avenue in Hungerford Road there might be contained within the local list.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. So these 84 haven't appeared within our small, if you like, conservation area, Steve. I think these are across the piece. So, for instance, the Liberal Club.
Right.
It's just outside.
Really separate from conservation.
Sorry.
No, because that's what we said at the council meeting. Our was the Cheshire East, and we were broadening it out to get an updated list, and this is what this is.
This is local.
Purcell have been engaged to prepare the conservation approval and management plan, of which the local list is one part. I understand.
But if it's not up to, if we haven't got the money, then it doesn't go anywhere because we don't get more money.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to decide whether that was worth it anyway.
As well.
But I still think it's within our, because we put about £80,000 in the amount reserve, and we weren't up to that. So I do think we have, I think,
but I will
erring on the side of caution, because we don't want to throw money away just for the sake of it. We ought to check on this, and if it needs delaying till the next meeting, we can always send it round to the committee and go. Pity Vicky's
I know it's yeah.
Well, like you, we struggle thinking there's 84 plus 2, but there is a lot when you think about it, because they look at it differently.
Yeah,
you know, Nantwich Road, all them houses, big houses. There's a lot of features that they want.
Yeah, I mean it's seen up to 24.
They weren't protected.
Yeah.
So what do you think? You know?
Yeah, I haven't seen it all.
I only picked it up today, so I can circulate it first thing tomorrow, and then you've got.
Right.
Yeah.
Give us an idea what.
Yeah. Really.
Is that all right? Then?
Yeah.
No, other than that, we just defer it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You all right with that, Steve?
Yeah.
What's your proposal? Defer it?
No, what I'm proposing is that we just wait for Vicky.
Yeah, I mean,
But it will be deferred until
general planning stuff. But it's not specific. I still don't see how it's part of the Crewe conservation area. The Crewe conservation area is a very limited area. So how does it? I mean, we've got a local list as a sort of a separate feature. It seems to be within whatever planning documents there might be.
The idea to extend the local list was to give those buildings some form of protection.
I understand that. So it's sort of linked, but it isn't part.
It's not in the conservation, no. And that's what we decided to move it forward. If there's any doubt, we'll just park it until Vicky's available.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is part of the area appraisal project and management plan.
Right. If I can now just get to my waterlogged agenda. So that brings me to item 11, unfortunately. And if we can confirm the Monday the 14th is the next meeting, for I officially declare it. Steve, you all right?
Yeah.
So I propose the next meeting will be on Monday the 14th.
Of September.
Thank you for your brief attendance. And, it wasn't longer for Stuart to
Yeah.
get an ear of what we normally, because a lot of
It's
it.
been a taste.
Yeah, it's taster, that's
Pull
why.
back. Okay, I'll close the meeting, have a second.